Do not be nervous that I pulled out a large piece of paper with a lot of writing on it. I teach history, and I've been a college professor for the past 18 years in a college in California. And I mostly do my lectures without the notes. About 5 years in, it became somewhat the same thing over and over. But whenever I don't have them with me, I always forget the most important point I wanted to make that day. So they tend to kind of just be a comfort for me. But I also have in front of me some words from my daughter, Frank's granddaughter, and she's 11 years old. And I usually bring my family with me when I come to Florida. This is one of the rare times where I've come solo because they're getting ready to start school like everybody. And so I was explaining to her why she can't go to Florida, why we all can't go to Florida together. And I explained that I had to do this today, this ribbon cutting, and to represent Frank and speak some words for him. And you don't know sometimes if your kids understand kind of what you do for a living, and if they really are paying attention to you when you're trying to teach them what you think is important. So I just sort of filed it away, and we went our way. And about 3 hours later, she comes up to me with a piece of paper. She loves to use my home office as her office, and she likes the print with large font, which I love. I don't know who made it a rule that 12-point font is the rule, but I can't read it anymore. So I love that it's a large font. And what she said was, and I'll read it. So she processed what I said I was going to do here today. And so she decided that she was going to write a speech for her animals, her little stuffed animals, and inspire them and talk about a legacy. So here's what she wrote. And again, Randy and I didn't collaborate at all, but the theme of what I'm going to say today couldn't be more spot on with what he is describing about the role of the next generation and how important that is to Mr. DiMino and has been his whole life. Time for inspiration, to be the one in charge, for you and me to carry on this tradition of being strong inside. It takes a lot of faith and joy to really help others. Even though it may be hard, we will make a big difference that will hopefully change the world. So to conclude, our foundation is here to help you make a brighter future. That's really all I have to say. My 11-year-old captured what I would have gone on for hours on in a lecture in a very short, concise way. And so what I want to use that is to sort of jump on who Frank DiMino is as a man, as a father, as a husband, and as a grandfather. He has always focused on the next generation, even looking past me to my daughters to make sure that they are named in the foundation documents to take the leadership of this foundation when I'm no longer here. So he's done that his whole life, and he's been a mentor to young men and women, always encouraging them to get a higher education and to pursue something bigger than their current situation. And he's been an inspiration to hundreds, probably thousands of young men and women in his long business career. So I want you to know that we are very aligned. The mission and focus of the Frank DiMino Foundation with the King's Academy, its mission, its values, we share a common purpose. And really that is simply to support the next generation to be leaders, entrepreneurs, and one day philanthropists themselves, to be selfless, to use the Spirit of Christ, and to let it emanate from within them out to the world as a beacon. And we very much believe in that and are honored to support the King's Academy in that noble endeavor. Thank you very much.